Yes,
Ole
7
Sana.
people.
Hello, late. Y'all know how I go. CP Sana.
Yeah, but Asante Sana, thank you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for being patient. The 8 people, 9 people that were already in here waiting, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man. It's been a long time. It's been a lot of work being put in. It's a lot of activity on the ground. It's a lot of groundwork being put in for the baby, for the diaspora, and just for the forwards, you know? Get comfortable.
Salama family. Can y'all, if y'all can hear us, give us a one. I got the fan on, so I hope there's not any background noise.
Peace, family.
Hello, Mo Spence. Salama, salama, salama. If y'all can hear us, good. Give us a one before we get started.
Mic check, 1, 2. The audio chips in and out. Let me try to turn the fan.
All right, y'all wanna turn down the fan and see how that goes. Do that one too. Oh, you turn the low down. Okay. Y'all let us know. We turn the fans down, so let us know if y'all can hear us better now. Give us a one.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check.
Khadija said it's going down. You already know.
Man, winter is getting cold. It's getting cold. I guess, can y'all hear us? 1.
Right. Give us a one, please.
So let us know something before we start talking.
The mic goes
here. How's that?
All right, y'all.
Mic check. Mic check.
Let us know how that is.
Look, I'm like, better. Wow.
If y'all can hear us, give us a one now.
Better. Telling you. Somebody can say, wow. Perfect. Much better. Sour. Just had to switch a few chords around. That
Okay.
was perfect.
All right, good. What's up, Minister Yakoba?
Karibu.
Minister Tayu.
Karibu.
Karis, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, they can hear us good.
Okay, good. Y'all can hear us good.
Yeah,
All
Santi
right,
Sana.
good.
Welcome, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for joining. Karibu.
Yeah.
Karibu. Man.
So, as y'all can see, the title says "Winter is Coming." I don't know about you guys, but I used to watch Game of Thrones, and I actually read all the books too, and it just reminded me of what's going on now. And it's kind of like almost a little bit of predictive programming, because I don't know if y'all watched the last series we did, and that was basically the theme of the whole series, was that winter was coming, and all these White Walkers are like literally Walking Dead people were going to have a war with the regular people.
That's been a theme for a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And shows too. But yeah.
And that's literally like exactly what's going on right now. So I'll let you get started.
Yeah, winter is, the predictive programming is real. And that's something that's, that we have to come to grips with. Like, they get us in a frenzy. Not us. They have people in a frenzy because they program them to be.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm sure a lot of y'all watched President Biden's speech I don't even want to call it a speech. It was like a threat. Like, I was like, is he a mob boss or something like that? Like, the man was talking crazy up there, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is real life. But the man. So he basically gave out 6 key points in his little speech, whatever you want to call it, and I'm sure a lot of y'all. I'm sure y'all saw it. So basically, if y'all didn't see
Who
it,
you talking to like that?
who he talking to like that? Right? I wanted to reach across
real.
reach through the screen and slap
Bro,
him. Like,
what?
who you talking to? Hold on, you got
That man
no.
told y'all he getting tired.
He said he lost patience and everything.
He losing patience with the what?
Joy said she just watched the speech. So
Yeah,
for
too.
those who haven't watched it, basically, quick rundown, summarize it. He mandated that all companies who have more than 100 employees get the jab or get weekly tested. At least tested once a week. Who knows if they're going to increase that. He also talked about 12-year-olds, if you're 12 and older, that you needed to get jabbed to be going to school. They were going to be implementing that soon. He also mentioned that certain federal workers and doctors, and contractors, if you work with the federal government, you need to have your jabs. He also mentioned that in the coming up, he said either by the end of the month or October, he was going to add on to that. So he mentioned the TSA, which is the transportation, the aviation, basically the people that work at the airport. He mentioned them as well. He said something would be changing with them soon. So who knows if they're going to be travel mandates coming up by the end of the month or October. Yeah, what did he say?
He said if you don't wear a mask on the plane now, if you give them people a hard time, they can fine you $500 to $1,000.
And he also said that the companies will fine too. Like if the companies didn't comply with
they sure did.
enforcing the jabs, that they could be fined $14,000 as well. And so I'm just like, man. And there was some other stuff. He was talking crazy. He was basically saying the unjabbed people were the cause of the pandemic. And people are angry with you guys, and we're losing patience with you guys. And I'm like, what?
He even said some of the governors that's in certain states that's trying to stand for the people, he will get them removed out of the way because he have the authority to do so.
Yeah, he kept bragging. He was like, I'm doing it because I have the authority to do so. I'm like, all right, you better be careful because you can get struck down right then and there.
Man, touch not my anointed. But yeah, it was a lot of bold talking. I'm realizing a lot of people don't really pay attention to what they talk about. That's what I'm starting to learn and see. Like, people aren't really in tune with what those people be saying and how they really are trying to manipulate us. So it's important that we let y'all know that, man, hey, something's coming. Like, it's getting crazy, man. It's for him to get on there and speak the way that he was speaking, like just boldly like that. I
ain't never heard an American president. I mean, they do their stuff behind the scenes, but at least when they get on TV, they be trying to show they don't never talk like that. They always like put on their best foot forward. They always are like jovial and like happy. Well, Trump, he used to talk crazy too, but
this was different. Y'all go check it out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
I was just like, what?
Yeah, somebody said, they're being exposed. They're being exposed, of course, and they're frustrated with being exposed. So, it's like their back is against the wall, and they're in survival mode. So, you have to stay far away from people that's in survival mode because they'll do anything to pull you down with them, like anything.
Yeah, and now there's protests going on around the country. Someone sent me a video yesterday, or it might have been today. They were protesting in New York, the jab mandates. They were like, where this is not a jab, this is an experimental drug. Mm-hmm. No more mandates.
Which
this, that, and third. Yeah, and so I'm like, this is like, it's like a script, like if anyone who's been awake for like the past couple of years, we already saw this coming. We already were like, because this is basically, he's baiting from him talking so crazy to everybody. It's like now he's getting people riled up in the streets and doing all these mandates, and so they can enforce martial law in all these FEMA camps and quarantine camps, so they can throw people in jail. And it's just like, man, like it's just all playing out so fast.
Yeah.
And like if you don't pay attention, like you can kind of get lost. Like, man, what's going on? Because so much is happening all at once.
All at once. And like I know there's probably a few people over there that's fearful because they're probably stuck. There's always a remnant, but you just have to make sure you're close to it. Like you have to make sure you're connected to the Ruach, to the Holy Spirit, to lead you and guide you into all truth and to the right direction. But you will have to endure some time. You will have to endure some things to get to the other side. It won't be easy, but you're gonna have to endure. Even if you're not, even if you do come over here, there's still some enduring that has to take place too. Like none of this is easy. It's not easy on any fronts.
But it's much easier here.
Yeah, it's easier here. I'll be honest. It's easier here, but endure. There's always a remnant if you're stuck over there right now. Just to give you a little light. I know some people are, man, I can't get out because of so many circumstances.
But see, and that's another mindset that needs to change too, because most of the things I see why people say they can't get out is because of child support, felonies, or money issues.
Yeah.
Look, y'all, like I understand that those things are in place and those laws are there to stop us from our exodus, but the Most High can do anything. Like if you have a certain amount of money you need to pay for child support or to get a felony off your record, because some of them can be expunged, you just need to petition and fast and pray. Pull out all your tools and all your stops and pray like, Most High, like I need X amount of money so I can get my passport, so I can leave out of here, so I can flee, so I can do what you told me to do. And man, the God I serve,
you right.
He don't, man, like if you come to Him, like He's gonna answer your prayers, as long as it's in His will for your life. So let's change that mindset too of speaking death over ourselves and cursing ourselves, because like in the Bible, people can't curse us. The only way we can get cursed is if we curse ourselves. So we curse ourselves when we continue to speak these things over our lives. And we know the Most High is in control. He can do anything. He said if you speak to a mountain, it can move. So that stuff is, man, just pray about it and give it to the Most High.
Hallelujah. Amen. Yeah. Woo. Hey, some of y'all don't let y'all wives talk, man. Y'all gotta let y'all wives talk.
Yeah.
They be having some fire, bro. They'll get you right. They'll help you out sometimes. Just let them talk sometimes, y'all.
Man, don't come on here talking crazy like, oh, the woman should be quiet. Why is she reading from the Bible? Like come on now. Like we gotta stop all that. Like that's foolishness. Come on.
But
Phariseeism.
In regards to what she was saying about the child support, I had a brother who told me recently. He had he was in the same situation. He had his baby mother waive, like she waived like $8,000. I think he said like $8,000 of him to be able to get his passport and everything. So ask for, fix the relationship with your baby mother. Like sometimes all it takes is an apology. Yeah. Or fix the relationship with your baby's father. All it takes is an apology sometimes to get something right. You just gotta humble yourself and be like, I was wrong. My bad. Or, we older now. Let's get to the bottom of this.
And some of those child supports, depending on how much you owe, you can put it on a payment plan. And as long as you're making payments, then you can get a letter from them and apply to get your passport. If y'all haven't got y'all passports, like that's the first thing y'all need to do, because I don't know how true it is, but someone told me that they're going to start, if they haven't started already, requiring that you have a proof of a jab to even get a passport. So, like I said, I haven't confirmed it, but who's to say? Ain't no telling what these devils have planned. So definitely make an appointment to get your passport. Get the expedited one. Tell them that you have a trip coming up and you already bought your tickets and you need your passport expedited.
If possible.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah, somebody said
Passports are very much back up. Yes, I know when we left last year in March, when we applied for T3's passport in March, it took us 6 months to get it, and that was just the regular way. But like I said, if you want to get it expedited, you have to tell them that you have a trip planned already.
Somebody said even the expedited one. Portland.
Man, that's
Sorry.
crazy. Because I spoke to a couple of people who said they were able to do it, but you have to actually have your ticket booked. You have to show them proof of your ticket being booked. You can't just say, I want to expedite it.
Yeah, she said they'd be wanting proof of your trip.
Yeah, they want proof of your trip, exactly.
Yeah.
Teo said you will need proof of jab to fly because airlines are... Hold on, y'all. Because airlines are under federal guidelines to fly in federal airspace. Yeah.
Somebody said call your congressman. They can get your passport faster. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's fine. So yeah, that's good information. I didn't know that about the congressman. Dang. So there's ways around it. If you guys, if you guys are
yeah, that's good information.
Have your passports backed up. There's ways around it where you can get it expedited.
They call the congressman. That sounds like that'll work too, for real. But it does make sense that they're in federal airspace, so they would have to do it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, he mentioned the TSA. So, and I know United Airlines and I know one of the other airlines, they have already mandated.
Yeah.
But really though, that the whole thing with the 100, if you have 100 employers or more, that's a lot.
Man, that's a lot.
That's a lot of businesses. Yeah. In the country, that's that's pretty much majority. Yeah, unless you're a small business or like a mom and pop shop or self-employed, like that's pretty much every company. So it's like you're either gonna have, it's like you gotta draw your line in the sand now. Like I'm seeing people on Facebook like, who held out all this time, and they're like, like I don't got no choice now. I'm like, but you do have a choice. Like, it's a hard choice.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
It's a hard choice. It's like, this is my career. I'm a psychologist. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a teacher. I'm a garbage collector. Whatever it is that you do. And this is how I provide for my family. And they're telling me that I need to go get this jab or else pretty much I'm getting fired. So it's like, playtime is over. Yeah. It's like winter is here. Like,
not coming. It's here.
It's here,
Yeah. It's starting to shiver. Yeah, you gotta draw your line in the sand, like she said. You gotta pick your side and make it clear. Make your calling in the election clear, because it's getting tough for some people. But he who endureth, you have to endure. There's a possibility that you can endure. You just gotta have faith and stand strong and do the unthinkable. When everybody going this way, you have to stay strong and go your way.
And like we mentioned in our last live, get prepared for what's coming. Like, if y'all haven't thought about becoming self-employed and making goods with your own hand or whatever it is that you can do with your own two hands, now is the time. Because eventually they're giving y'all an option out now where you can get tested weekly, but eventually they're not going to have that option anymore. They're going to just say, like, straight up, you getting jabbed or there's the door. Mm-hmm. So it's like you have a window here.
Pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one. Like Brother Minister Teo just said, we're in a fire. Well, some people are in a fiery furnace. Like you just, when you're in a fiery furnace, you just gotta hold on and endure and hold the faith to know that it's making you stronger. Mm-hmm. And cleave to that understanding that it's worth it. Like I have to stand strong for this, for my family, for my people. Like, because we know the outcome and the effects of what comes from giving in to giving in to it. So it's not worth it. It's a lot more worth it to stand strong and just endure, because this doesn't last forever. Just like when we saw the first plot to make terrorism and do terrorist things, it won't last forever. You have to endure though. It may take 3 years for it to blow over, but at some point, it'll be a remnant or a moment where you're free from all of the fiery darts and the hardships that come with it. But you have to endure and know that you're covered in it. Man, because winter is...
Yeah, and it's just like so much stuff, like with the whole I know y'all been hearing about the whole Afghanistan withdrawal and the hot mess that was, and how they're flying like all these thousands of Afghanistans into the country, letting them get asylum, you know, in the country. And yeah, Jim Crow Joe decided to give them an extra $500 million on top of what they already got allotted for them. And so I'm like, man, how many times these folks gonna slap us in the face and show us they don't care? If you have $500 million to just
give to
whip
some
out of
refugees.
nowhere to give to some refugees, that's, you know, nothing against Afghanistan people. Like, y'all ain't did nothing to me, but I'm just saying, like, we've been asking for reparations for years, and we always hear, oh, we don't have the money. Where are we gonna get the money from? How are we gonna determine who's who? Just like y'all determined, y'all took y'all behinds over to Afghanistan, and y'all figured out who was working with y'all and who was on y'all side, and y'all airlifted and evacuated them out in a whole nother country. You mean to tell me y'all don't know who's a descendant of a slave here? We've been over here for 400 years, and y'all been documenting us in censuses since the inception of the country. I'm like, man, these people are blowing hot smoke up our behinds, and people were other black people were shaming other black people for not voting for Biden. Oh, you dumb. Oh, you need to go vote. This is y'all's man's, like look at what he's doing. Like, this man is literally a devil. Like, he's mandating the jabs. He stopped all the unemployment money. He's not giving y'all reparations. Like, he was supposed to do HR, a study reparation. I haven't heard nothing about that. And the list goes on. Like, the eviction moratorium is over. Like, everything is just falling apart. You know, like, everything is falling apart. It's like a perfect storm. And it was manufactured that way, you know. And I'm just like, man, like, to continue to stay and fight in that system when we know what they're doing, and we know that they don't care about us at all, and we could literally drop dead in front of them and they wouldn't care. To me, I'm like, man, that's enough for me to be like, all right, I'm gonna take my chance, pack up and take my chances elsewhere. Anywhere but there.
Yeah. And it's you know, it's a hard jump. It's not easy, but it's doable. Like, you have to do it for your own sanity. You have to know, like, there's other places in the world where you're not subject to that type of treatment, and you don't have to deal with that and endure that type of behavior. Because there's a whole nother side of the world that hasn't even seen that type of stuff. They don't even know what that is. So it's like, you have to change your perspective. And when you get connections to people that have those perspectives, you have to take heed to the voice that you're hearing.
Teo said Nigeria is forcing the jab, so you have to be careful where you go. Yeah, I saw that video. Someone sent me a video about Edo State. They were saying, like, if you wanted to go to church or whatever, that you needed to get the jab. But they actually took that. They filed a petition. The opposing side, they were protesting. They filed a petition. They got that order stopped. So they're not going to be able to mandate anything over there. They thought they were, but nah, like, African people not going.
Man, you be on it. She said, no, actually, let me fact check this real quick.
Yeah, because there's another video that came out.
And you used to wonder why I call you Google.
Nah, I don't know well, because people be sending me stuff all the time. I guess because they know that I be
on it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Floyd said Jacob's trouble is coming.
Jacob's trouble.
We've been in Jacob's trouble since 70 AD.
Man, we've been in trouble for a long time.
Since before the transatlantic slave trade. We coming out of Jacob's trouble.
Man, we actually on the other side.
It's time for Esau's trouble.
With a voice on the other side, let y'all know that Jacob's trouble is over. You just gotta have faith and remove yourself from where we've been in trouble at. We was trapped in an environment that made us keep ourselves in trouble.
Like, how much worse can it get? Like, if we're going through Jacob's trouble, then I mean, you could just forget about it. Man. Because the stuff that happened to us, like previously, the alligators that used to eat us, the dogs they used to sick on us, the lions, they burned us alive. They used our flesh as food. Like, I mean, I can just name so much heinous things. Burned us at the stake, hung us from trees.
I just saw a video that said they put some of our hair in the couches.
Yeah, made us into clothes and shoes and belts and postcards and laughed at us and raped our children. Like, that's Jacob's trouble. Like, it can't get any more worse. Did experiments on us without any anesthesia. The whole practice of gynecology was founded on experiments on slave women. doing C-sections without anesthesia and all sorts of evil things.
Evil things.
That was Jacob's trouble, but the Most High said we're going to be saved out of it. And the end of Jacob's trouble is the beginning of the world's judgment, as we can see now with all the stuff that's going on. The world is under judgment.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
But we just, like, as you see, stuff is on fire. Hurricanes are happening. It seems like the people who are messing with us are messing with each other now, so they can't even focus on what we have going on. So there's a window where we have a voice, and we let you know, like, hey, it's time to go. Mm-hmm. Like there's a window that's closing slowly but surely.
I think some of y'all want that hands to come through the wall,
man.
Like, and right on the wall, like, Jill,
man,
get up and leave.
Let's go.
Like,
no, it ain't gonna be like that. It's gonna be one of your brothers and sisters that's being used as a vessel, letting you know, like, it's time. Mm-hmm. It's time. And somebody said we got next. We got now.
Yeah.
We got now.
You know what I want to know though? Where are the hillbillies and the rednecks that ride around? They love violence. Where they at?
Right. Why they not wreaking havoc for COVID?
Pulled up to
I ain't taking no shot.
Right.
I ain't taking no shot
over my dead body. Why y'all ain't pulled up to Jim Crow Joe house yet? And Miss Harris and all the other doctors, Fauci and all them. Don't y'all like violence?
Right.
Or y'all just only like easy targets?
That's what it seems like.
We'll see. Maybe they'll come out eventually. Not promoting violence. I'm just asking, where y'all at? Someone asked about Australia. We hear about Australia. Yeah. Australia is.
Oh, the fire.
That and they're putting people in quarantine camps, not letting people leave, arresting people.
Wow.
Because they're public health threats and they're spreading a deadly virus and all this stuff. So yeah.
Dang.
And that's just a shadow of what's to come around the world. I mean, the way Jim Crow Joe is talking, I mean, he would love to throw the unvaccinated in jail. I mean, if he could do it today, he would. Man. But in America, everything has to be done through law, a series of laws. So it's just working its way up. It's slowly tightening the noose, slowly but surely.
Yeah. Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
And it's true.
But
it's just more and more evil.
Yeah.
More and more wickedness, man.
Mm-hmm. But we got some scriptures though, because I still see people who are like, I'm waiting on the Most High. And like our brother Stephen says all the time, the Most High is like, I sent you 3 boats. Like you was in the water drowning, or you needed like a boat. I sent you 3 boats, and you didn't get on none of them. And it's like,
yeah,
man. All right, let's.
We won't get too many calls, y'all. You won't get too many calls, and sometimes you just got to be. You got to be the only one to do something. You got to be the first one to do something. Sometimes you got to leave what you thought was going to be something and just go do something new.
Yeah. I mean, I do think there's going to be a miraculous, like the Most High, like the Exodus has already started. Just from what I've seen, how many people have left and are in Africa, in various countries now. But there's going to be a greater exodus, and I feel like all this stuff is going to propel a lot more people to leave. And our scriptures tell us what to do, tells us to flee.
Yeah. So
we're going to read a couple of these scriptures so y'all can hear from the Most High, not us.
Yeah. Isaiah 48:20. Go out from Babylon, flee from Chaldea. Declare this with a shout of joy. Proclaim it. Send it out to the end of the earth. Say, Yahweh has redeemed his servant Jacob. We fled a year ago. We yelling back from here to there, like, y'all, like, it's time to flee. We're free. Like, it's being proclaimed. We're free. Jeremiah 51:6. Flee from the midst of Babylon. Let everyone save his life. Be not cut off in her punishment, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance, the repayment he is rendering her. Flee from the midst of Babylon. Let everyone save his life. Be not cut off in her punishment, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance, the repayment he is rendering her.
So I'm like, yes, the Most High is going to deliver us, but he's telling you what to do to get delivered. So unless you're planning on him jumping inside of your body and making you run, like, you have to do that on your own. But I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, it's like the only way to explain it to people, because it's like people are expecting like a stargate to open up, or like an angel to appear in their room and put them on their wings and fly them over the Atlantic Ocean. Like, no, like, just like in Egypt, he could have done that. I'm not saying that he can't do it, he can, but it's always a natural way he delivers his people. Like, just like in Egypt, the first Egypt, they had to walk, pack up their bags, borrow money from the Egyptians, and walk, to wherever they were going. He didn't just teleport them from Egypt to the promised land.
He made them walk.
Yeah.
He made them. You gotta save your life.
They didn't have airplanes back then, but now y'all can jump on an airplane or a boat, whatever, instead of walking.
Yeah. The Most High gave us something. It's a gift and a curse at the same time, and I can see it playing out right now. And that's free will. Like, he gives us free will. We have a choice. We have choices. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in, because we have a choice. So he said, you have to save your life. You have to go against what you know, what you've been used to, what you're accustomed to, and save your own life. He's gonna put the call and the umph in you. He's gonna give you the umph. He's gonna give you the ear to understand. He's gonna give you the videos to watch. He's gonna put the voices in front of you. But at the end of the day, you have to make the choice. Are you gonna listen to those voices that's saying step out on faith? Or are you just gonna cower back down and say, nah, they crazy. I'm gonna wait for the Most High to come and crack the sky. Man, hey, consider this a crack a little bit, I guess. He's trying to crack your cranium and let you know, like, hey, man, come on, wake up. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. But yes, the next one, Jeremiah 51:45. Go out of the midst of her, my people. Let everyone save his life from the fierce anger of Yahweh. If God is upset about what they've done to his people, and he's just going, I'm done with all of it. I don't care what's going on. If you trapped in the middle of that, like, you seen, y'all know what they've done to us. Y'all know what, like, we know what they deserve. What they deserve to come to them. And why would you even put yourself in a predicament to be my chair broke.
Dang, I knew that chair wasn't gonna break.
Well, why would you put yourself in a predicament like that?
Y'all, we got these stools made. And I told him he was too big to be sitting on that stool. And he's talking about something. That's just how it is. Oh, Lord.
That's perfect. Yeah, man. Why would you put yourself in a predicament like that? Excuse me for falling.
Why I can't have nice things.
Excuse me for falling. Oh, man. Don't put yourself in a predicament like that, y'all. Okay?
Yeah. Laughing, y'all. Yeah, go ahead and laugh, y'all.
Oh, okay. Next scripture, y'all. Stop playing.
Wait, but Floyd made a good point. He said, y'all stop laughing so we can get back.
I gotta fix my hat. Hold on, I just failed. Dang. I'm not uploading this one. That's not gonna happen.
Too late.
No, I'm just playing.
But yeah, Floyd said Lot, the angels came and got Lot.
I'm good.
And they told him to leave, and they had to walk out of the city. You know, the angels didn't just come down there, and they even were harassing the angels. Like, the angels could have tore that city all the way up. They were trying to rape the angels and everything. And so the next morning, the angels spent the night, and the next morning, Lot and his family had to pack up their stuff and walk out of Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's always a natural way that the Most High delivers his people.
We back. Always in that
Swan
way.
said it's made for Tanzania.
Yeah, y'all. But yeah, don't get yourself caught up in being too close.
Yes, and Lot's wife looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like,
Bruh.
once y'all leave, don't look back. Don't go back because you could get caught up in that. I thought about going back.
She was salty. Somebody said she was salty.
Yeah, I thought about going back for like 2 seconds, and then the thought immediately left my mind just because I was having some trouble with one of my debit cards, and I was like, man, I need to go over there, figure this out.
I'm glad it left in 2 seconds. All praise. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, it's so many things that can draw you back over there. Like, if you have to, like, unfinished business or like just anything. But it's like, man, like, as soon as I thought about that, I had a dream that I got caught on an airplane. I wasn't able to get back. So I'm like, that was my warning. Most times, like, I brought you out of there. Like, don't worry about that debit card. Like, it's gonna be you figure out another way to handle that situation.
Yeah.
So man, don't get drawn back in. No matter how tempting it is, no matter how much you feel like you have unfinished business, and I need to just go top a few loose ends. Like now, but you could have probably done that last year, but now, no.
Leave it on loose.
Leave it alone.
Leave it on loose. It's okay. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. Zechariah 2:6-7. Up, flee from the land of the north, declares Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, declares Yahweh. Up, escape to Zion, you who dwell in the daughter of Babylon, who dwell with the daughter of Babylon.
Yeah. And America is definitely the daughter of Babylon because we all know she came out of the British Empire. And that's the mother of harlots. The Catholic Church, the Pope, his devilish self. Yeah, America's definitely the daughter of Babylon.
Yeah. You can read.
All right. Corinthians 6:17 says, therefore go out from their midst and be separate from them, says Yahweh, and touch no unclean thing, then I will welcome you. And the last one we have is Revelation 18:4. And it says, then I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, lest you take part in her sins, lest you share in her plagues. So, I mean, y'all can go, look those up on your own and like study them, but there's plenty of passages that are directing people, like if y'all want to be saved, this is what you need to do, X, Y, Z.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a way out. There's always a voice, someone yelling or someone giving you like, come on. There's always somebody giving you an avenue from the Most High. So you just have to be willing to listen to it and willing to step out there and do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's going to be uncomfortable, but that's where we get the strongest at, y'all. That's where we get the strongest at.
Man. It always looks ugly. It always looks ugly before something beautiful happens. Like when a caterpillar turns into a butterfly, it looks ugly. It's in a cocoon. It's like all wrapped up and slimy, and then it emerges. It's a beautiful butterfly. But it's like if you don't undergo that refining process and that ugly process, you're not going to get to the other side. Like if you don't endure that. Mm-hmm. And he had mentioned something the other day. He was like, we are at the Red Sea right now. Like this is our Red Sea moment. Like Pharaoh's behind us telling us, look, you got to get these jabs. You got to do this. You got to do that, or X, Y, Z. And it's like, man, like, are you going to continue moving forward towards the mark of the Most High and what he told us to do? Or are we going to let Pharaoh overtake us with what he has going on and give into it? Like, guess I'll just take it. The Most High knows my heart. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. What you going to do?
Teo said, read Zechariah. Read Zechariah 2:6.
We did. That was first.
Exodus 19:4.
Exodus 19:4. 19:4. Ye have seen what I did unto Mizraim, and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself.
Yeah. Man, Eagle's Wings, that kind of reminds me of an airplane. Thank you, Cam2Player, for the super chat.
Thank you, Cam. Appreciate it, bro.
He also said read Revelations 12:6.
Revelations
and
12
14.
and 6.
Salama, Stephen.
Salama, bro. 12 and 6. Revelation 12 and 6.
Yep, 12:6, and then 12 and 14.
And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared of Elohim, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. And 14 reads, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time, from the face of the serpent. Wow.
Hallelujah.
A time, and times, and half a time. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long
like
time.
basically during all this stuff that they planning on doing, they talking about Agenda 2030, and all this stuff that they had planned. Most High say he got a place prepared for us in the wilderness, and Dar es Salaam literally means wilderness, place of peace, place of safety.
Mic drop. Somewhere in the place in the wilderness where we can watch what happened to the serpent's head.
Someone asked, are they doing mass and social distancing in Tanzania?
What's social?
What's that?
Social
Huh?
What's that? Social
No.
What?
Absolutely not.
I know it was probably an honest
legitimate
question,
but
yeah.
nah, they
sorry,
not.
they're not. Nah.
She said, Cam said, I'm a woman. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Cam. Santi Sana, Cam. Pull it.
So, we're going to get into some.
I'm a woman. Sorry.
We're going to get into some of these comments real quick.
Get it right.
Let's see. Dang, I went all the way
Tell
back
said,
up.
notice that the woman fled into the wilderness and God told us to flee. He led us on eagle's wings like before.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He telling us to flee now, like he's done it before, exactly. And like my wife was just saying, she feel like that's an analogy to an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, if you gotta hop on another plane again, do it.
Divergent Millennial said, in Jeremiah it says, let everyone flee into his own country, but as Black Americans, we don't necessarily have a country we belong to right now.
Because you still labeling yourself as a Black American. We're not Black Americans.
We're Africans. If you do your DNA test, it's going to track you down to a tribe, a country, a specific geographical location. So we do have, I get what you're saying though, we've been displaced.
Yeah.
But we still have a homeland.
Yeah, just have to do deeper research and anywhere over here is home. Just come and get connected. Your tribe will find you. I've been hearing that saying. Like your tribe will find you.
Tell you where you from.
Yeah, they'll tell
like,
you.
Oh, you from this tribe. You from that. They can kind of look at you and like.
Yeah.
They're not always right, but they can tell you. They can look at you and sometimes and tell like by like certain facial features that you have, like which tribe you come from.
Yeah. Chaga, yes sir. I believe so.
Yvette said, I love your earrings. Thank you. Divergent Millennial. So what are you all's thoughts about Tiffany's experience?
I mean, we all go on our journeys at different times and experiencing in different ways. So, she's a 21-year-old young woman. 19-year-old young woman. She's learning and she's figuring a lot out. So I just feel like, I don't know.
What I think about her experience is that she was expecting Ghana and Tanzania. So, and it's two different, completely different cultures, completely different countries, completely different ways of life. So, because initially she was going to Ghana, and then because of the whole pandemic and everything, she wound up in Tanzania. As a lot of, not a lot, but a couple of the YouTubers were planning on going to Ghana and wound up here, which is very conservative culture here. Unlike Ghana, a lot of things are different here. So if you're expecting Ghana here, you're probably going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
So that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah. I hope she's well though.
Yeah.
Did she go to another African country?
She went to Ghana last time I heard. Yeah.
Okay.
Everlasting Oasis said, "Have y'all given up flesh yet?" Are you talking about, do we eat meat? Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We haven't given up flesh.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on it. Especially when all the meat over here is grass fed. Yeah. Divergent Millennium wants to know, what are your favorite fruits in East Africa?
Me? My favorite fruit. That's a good question. Oh man, the Concord grapes.
They got seeded grapes over here.
Yeah, seeded, like they're like, man, so purple. Grapes, I would say mangoes and mangoes. Those are my two.
Mine is watermelon and I would say watermelon, oranges, pineapple.
Tikiti maji, chungwa.
Where you find seeded grapes at?
On the street.
On the street and in Shoppers, they have seeded grapes in there too.
Yeah, there's always somebody walking with some fruit, man. Just look around.
Oh Lord, can y'all? Now Gary, he said we do have a country. It's called America. Dane Calloway YouTube. Okay. It never fails. There's like always one person in the chat who's telling people that America is their homeland. All right. Let's see.
I can't wait to try all the fruits there. Yeah, they're pretty rich.
Wow, that's an interesting name. Akunu. Oh Lord. Akunu Katazakam. Sorry. He said it's crazy because most countries in sub-Saharan Africa are messed up, so how can we go there? Easy. Fly, get off the plane and get your visa and go.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What's your, you have to change your definition of messed up. Like, what's messed up? Just because something isn't fully developed yet doesn't mean it's messed up. You have to look at it as an opportunity for you to come and help build and help, put your foot in the ground and do something and build something. So we don't see it as messed up. We see it as a land of opportunity to help and build something and get something established. You have to change your perspective on what messed up is.
Yeah, and a lot of the things that people may consider messed up, like the roads or maybe like the governmental systems and all that stuff is all gonna change. Like I said, like if you don't have a choice, like you have to live somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only so many different countries that you can live in, so it's like you have to take the best of what you've been given. To me, having traveled around, been to a couple of different countries, Africa is the best of what we have here, even though we know like it's been colonized and there's some presidents who aren't doing right by the people and stuff like that, but like out of my other options, like
that's another fight.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
Like I understand everything isn't perfect right now, and everything isn't the way that it's supposed to be, but you just have to make the best out of a messed up situation. So yeah. Let's see. A couple more comments. Let's see. What y'all in here talking about? Khadijah said, did y'all hear about Japan recall on 1.6 million Moderna shots? They said it was contaminated with metals.
Wow, I didn't hear about that.
I wonder what type of metals. Was it like the graphene stuff?
Yeah, somebody said, bless them, family. If people want to stay, dust your sandals off and go. Yeah, it won't be too many calls, y'all. Like, we might get other, the message might change at some point. Like, cause you won't be able to be like, oh, come anymore. It's like, man, dang. Now it's Hunger Games.
Servant for Yahuwah said, we are nations, not tribes. Tribes make up a nation. You can't have a nation without tribes.
We know.
So
dang.
Let's not get caught up in semantics. Lord. Let's see. Dorothy said the U.S. is not our home; it is the land of our captivity. Exactly, and so I really feel like the whole Dan Calloway thing is, I don't know if it's like COINTELPRO or something, because it's like, people say they have Indian blood in them. Well, my grandmother was an Indian or a Native American, which I've heard that too in my family. I've heard my great grandmother was a Native American Indian. That may be true. The Indians owned slaves, we know that. A lot of the slaves would flee into Indian country because they were treated better by them, and so they may have intermarried into them. But if you do your DNA, you're not gonna find where you're, for the most part, 80%, 90% Native American. No, it's gonna show you that you're 80, 90% Bantu, African, or somewhere here on the continent, mixed in with a little European and some other stuff because of rape and intermarrying and all that stuff. So people that are saying that America is our homeland, like, honestly, like, and y'all choosing to stay over there and fight, like, y'all gonna get caught up.
Man.
Like, that's it. Like, I'm not gonna argue with nobody. I'm not gonna fight with nobody. If you feel like you're a Native American and America's your homeland, that's good.
Yeah.
More power to you. This message probably isn't for you. You know what I'm saying? But for those who know that they come from Africa and that the landmass of Africa, I'm not saying that they're African, but they're from the landmass of Africa, those are the people that we're talking to.
Yeah. And somebody said we are the natives everywhere. Right.
Halisi said, hey family, I'm in Dar. When and where is your shop opening? I'm trying to get my steam on.
Steam on.
And we actually just did a video with an update. So the shop is in Mbezi, the Shoppers Plaza in Mbezi. We got held up for a couple of weeks because one of the fundis, one of his family members died. So.
And the fundi is the people who work on the stuff.
Yeah,
Carpenters, electricians.
Yeah.
Welders, all of them are fundis.
Yeah, so we got held up for a couple of weeks. So we're a little bit behind, but we're planning on opening up within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to get your steam on. And I think we're going to do pre-orders on some of the steam boxes, the at-home steam boxes, sometime next week. So we're going to post it on the channel on the community tab. So
be on the lookout.
Yeah, be on the lookout for that. Let's see.
I think somebody said the story scared them.
The story?
Yeah.
What story?
Somebody was a single woman.
Tiffany's story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Divergent said, oh, I see. As a single woman, Tiffany's story really scared me at first. She was a brave young woman. But Tiffany and I have different spiritual perspectives, and my only thoughts about the ancestors is that they landed us in the mess in the first place. Exactly. That's another thing. You have to look at what people are calling on. If people are calling on things that are not outside of the Most High, then you can expect for mayhem and confusion and things to follow you. Because that's when you get involved in those different spiritual practices and stuff outside of the Most High, you're basically signing a covenant with these different entities, demons and devils, and so their whole purpose is to wreak havoc on your life and steal your soul.
Some sort of
So
way.
you're gonna have horrible things happening to you and following you by default. So that's another thing that people have to look at too. Like these people that are having these horrible experiences, sometimes it could be look at their source, who they're calling on.
Yeah, and there's definitely, we respect our ancestors and what they did for us and how they, paved the way for us to get in position that we're in. But there's no way, I don't worship my ancestors. Like, thank you, I appreciate you for what you did, the sacrifices that you made. Thank you, but thank you. I'm gonna draw from what you did and just do what I need to do. So I think there's a fine line that we need to put. Like, it's not disrespect to them, but I'm not worshiping them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, no disrespect to her. If that's what she believes in.
Yeah.
That's cool. But I'm just saying, for me, we follow the Most High over here.
Yeah. And things, everything is a learning experience. It takes some strength. Like you said, that's a strong young woman to do something like that. So hopefully she learned a lot. And I don't know the full detail of it, but I hope she's okay.
Serving for Yahuwah said, you both doing a great job with everything in T3. Saw the last video, shot coming along good. I can't wait to see the finished product.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Santi Sana.
Appreciate that. Cam 2 player, I want to move myself. What opportunities for elder women who wants to live life the way it was intended to be lived? I don't know if you want to tell me your age, but how much of an elder are you? Because as long as you can walk and use your hands, you can do pretty much whatever you want to do. Like if you want to come over and open up a business, or if you want to invest into an existing business and get a return off that, you just kind of want to kick your feet up.
70 plus.
70 plus. Okay, so you probably done with working. So you can come over and invest into another expat's business or a local's business, and you would just get a percentage of the return. That could be something that you can do, or you can invest in like mining, fishing, farming, and you don't necessarily have to be hands-on. You can hire people to do the work for you, and you just kind of sit back and collect your funds that way. Or if you know how to cook, if you want to sell plates, you can do that as well. There's a lot of different things you can do.
70 plus want to come to the continent. That's what's up. That's some faith.
Yeah.
I hope you make it over. I pray you do. 70 plus.
But yeah, y'all, that's...
And shut the front door. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, y'all. If y'all haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up so we can get out to more people. But yeah, that was basically what we wanted to talk about was winter. Like the writings on the wall. Jim Crow Joe done already laid his plan out for the country. More things are coming down the pipeline. And then coming up weeks and months. So it's not to promote fear, as we always say. It's just to discuss current events and to be realistic with what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And so if you're planning on fleeing, you're planning on getting out, then do that.
Time is ticking.
Make sure you have your passports. Make sure, or if you're staying there, make sure you have a way to, like if you're become self-employed, grow your own food, because he's gonna make sure that them 80 million people that's unjabbed, he's gonna try his best to make sure. So if he don't care whatever he gotta do, he's gonna do it to make sure the unjabbed get jabbed somehow. So if you're planning on resisting, then make sure you have the tools in place that you need to resist, and so that you can be successful in wherever it is that you're doing, whether you're staying there or you're fleeing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And man, respect. I respect anyone who's taking the leap and, trying to stay there and do, have the faith to endure something like that. It's possible, it's doable, but just...
It ain't gonna be easy.
It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be easy. And I know it's not like the same type of message y'all accustomed to us bringing, but this is what this is what the Most High want us to talk about. Like how it's it's real. Like it's not a game anymore. It never was a game, but it's like really serious. So man, just endure and be strong.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
And you know, a lot of information is on our videos. This video, previous videos on things you need to successfully repatriate to Tanzania. So if y'all want to wade through the videos and get the information you need, you can do that. If you don't feel like doing that, you can always book a consultation with us and give you like the rundown, the scoop, the inside scoop on what's going on here and how you can repatriate successfully with you or you and your family. Let me see. Lior said, healthcare is great in Africa and super cheap compared to America. Money goes a lot further in Africa. America is ripping people off with high prices. That's true. Yeah, so, man, just continue to pray and fast and call out to the Most High for our deliverance because we know that it's drawing nigh. Do what you need to do. Don't let these earthly mandates and these earthly rules stop you because the Most High can do anything. If he can part the Red Sea, if he can move mountains, he can do anything. So just use y'all tools that you have in fasting and praying, you know, and continuing to live righteously and all that good stuff, and everything will be added onto you. So
Your gift will make room for you.
yeah.
We've always been innovators and entrepreneurs. It's time to get back into that. Like it's time to be the innovators and the entrepreneurs of your families, of your bloodlines. Like you have to step into that role now.
It's a lot of work over here that need to be done.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're in the process of becoming self-sustainable as well over here and learning how to farm and going back to like our ancient traditions and the ancient ways of life and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a beautiful time, even though all hell is breaking loose in the West, you know, in these other countries. It's not, you know, there's places, there's pockets of peace and where you know you can be at peace and you can live your life relatively unbothered by what's going on in the world. Not saying we're not going to be affected at all because the whole world will be affected.
Right, in some sort of way.
Yeah, in some sort of way, but it's not going to be nearly like as bad as what's going on in the West.
Yeah. What is it? 10,000 shall fall in my left hand and in my right hand. None shall come near me.
Amen.
None.
Speak the scriptures of peace over you. Psalms 91. That's my favorite one. I say that every day. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Pray always that you be counted worthy to escape what's coming on the earth and to stand before the Son of Man. Man, just speak the scriptures over your life
and man, I feel like I'm in this season, like brothers, it's time for us to listen to our wives. Like I feel like a lot of men, we don't listen to our wives and we keep them silent when the Most High is really using them in this season. Like they're more connected to the feeling and how the earth needs to be operating right now. So you have to, man, I don't know, respect your wife's vision. Let your wife have a voice. Let your wife speak up, man, because she has the information that can save your family's life. Like a lot of us are making our wives stagnant and not speak up out of, man, I don't know, it's a lot of insecurities and things that we as black men deal with, but you have to face that on your own. Don't take it out on your wife and just make her not speak. You have to find a way to be able to accept when it comes from a woman. Because, man, like, our wives see things that we don't see a lot of times, so you have to be able to take that, especially in these times. You need another voice. So, man, let your guard down. I don't know who that's for, but let your guard down. Listen to your wife, man. Let your wife speak. Let your wife give her interpretation of the scripture, because we need that. You need that.
He said in the latter days he's going to pour out his spirit on all flesh, the women and the men, you know. So I know a lot of y'all, not a lot of y'all on this, you know, channel, but like in general, a lot of men are chauvinistic and they feel like women should just be quiet and sit in the corner and you can't read the Bible, you don't have any interpretation, you haven't gotten any revelation. Man, y'all better be careful how y'all treating the daughters of Zion, because Most High is not pleased with that. You know, just like he gave Eve to Adam as a gift, Like women are a gift to mankind, and so they should be treated as such. So, yeah, I agree. And women, listen to your husbands as well. It goes both ways. You know, you listen to each other. We're all one. We're all one, but when you're in a relationship, you are one. So you have to listen to each other.
For real. He said if I had a wife that didn't speak up, she'd be useful to me. She'd be useless to me.
Yeah.
Nah, for real, you need it. That's the reason. That's why we got married anyway.
Grateful One said, "Did you have the baby?" Not yet.
Not yet.
The baby's due October 7th, so like 4
Like
4 weeks,
7.
give or take. Yeah, so I'm down to the wire.
Yeah, we there, y'all. October 7th, almost. Dogo.
Carbonated Divine Queen said, "What about leaving alone with your children?" That's definitely doable. There's a lot of single parents here. Whether it's single women who repatriated here. There's single men who have repatriated here, or people who are married who just came on their own with their kids, and maybe the other one is still in the States working, sending money here. It's definitely doable here. A lot of the locals are single parents as well, so you can hire a nanny. That's a good thing here. Like, you can hire a nanny for cheap. Like, you can hire a nanny for like $100 or less, who will come and take care of your kids and help you out. So it's a lot more feasible here than it. I know in America it's like $300 per child a week. That's crazy. Like $300 can get you a nanny for like 2 or 3 months here. Who's actually gonna love your child and not abuse them and cook them real food and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Pick one. It's possible.
It's definitely doable. So yeah, y'all. Anything else you want to say?
No.
I think Tayo's about to do a live. What time is it? Yeah, Tayo's about to go live in like 30 minutes. So y'all going over to his channel, TEOTW. He's doing a live too. So yeah. Stepping Stone said Osikawema.
Osikawema family.
Osikawema.
That's good night in Swahili,
Yeah,
y'all.
that means good night. So yeah, y'all be blessed. Feel free to email us or whatever you need to do, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Yeah, if you haven't already, watching this on playback, hit the subscribe button and let people know that they can do whatever they put their mind to. We thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching this far, and
don't forget to support the Dry Bones Project. It's myself and Stepping Stones to Home. You can find more info on www.teotw.com. Teo Ministries, I'm sorry, teotwministries.com. Support the work of the diaspora and in Tanzania, and the work that we're doing here, and the bridge that we're building for you guys. So definitely, please support us so we can continue to do the work here for the kingdom.
yeah.
So yeah.
And the links for the emails and the donations are in the description box. I just saw someone ask, so they'll be in the description box in this video. So y'all have a good night, have a good day. Whenever you watch this, have a good time.
Love you too, Ella.
Thank y'all, and shalom.
Shalom.